Welcome. I'm Jasmine Iru with another episode of Scope. Prime Minister James Marape launched the Talasea District 5-Year Integrated Development Plan in Kimbe of West New Britain Province. The theme of the plan is to take back PNG and make it the first rich Christian nations locally. Talasea wants to achieve this vision their own way, using their own ingenuity and efforts.
The Talasea District 5-Year Integrated Development Plan 2022 to 2027 presents the new district the opportunity to take stock of what it has already achieved before it split and what it is now as a new constituency of Papua New Guinea, and making use of its strengths and opportunities to drive its development agenda within the given 5 years. The plan's objectives are in line with the spirit of the 5 national goals and directive principles found in the preamble of the National Constitution: equal access to services, sharing in the national wealth, using our resources responsibly and sustainably. It is also in line with the Vision 2050 statement of intent to ensure every citizen utilizes resources and equal opportunities provided by the government to improve the quality of life for everyone. This plan is also aligned to the PNG Development Strategic Plan 2010 to 2030 and the Marape new Medium-Term Development Plan for 2022 to 2027 main key result areas and clear logical framework that links sectoral strategies to programs, deliverables and investment activities in the district to help contribute to achieving national development agendas and targets and ultimately take back PNG. Prime Minister James Marape launched the plan and commended MP for Talasea Freddie Kumai for a well-constructive plan. The Prime Minister pointed out that the 5-year Integrated Development Plan emphasizes on economic empowerment to enable the people in the district to have money in their pockets. The plan also covers new infrastructure for schools, hospitals and roads. MP Kumai urged his people to work hard to create wealth using their land. He added that the simple yet deeper message in the government's vision is to increase revenue from extractive and economic sectors and invest this to create productive capacity in agriculture, forestry, fisheries and mineral sector using downstream processing. He said this is where nationally owned SMEs are fully engaged to create wealth and use it to improve the quality of life. The MP highlighted that the measure of our richness is not measured by how much GDP the country produces, but by how empowered our people are through ownership of micro, small and medium enterprises they fully own and operate, plus how much SME per capita we generate. He said as the political head of the district, he is obligated to initiate such plans. Mr. Kumai stressed that the national government is already setting the development vision high, and those at the district level have to align plans to achieve the higher government's development objectives on the ground. He said this is not only crucial for securing funding for the district's program and projects or activities, but also to provide clear targets to show how they can help contribute to the overall development targets and goals in the PNG Development Strategies Plan 2010 to 2030 and its MTDP 4 2022 to 2027 and the West New Britain Integrated Development Plan 2022 to 2027. Governor for West New Britain Sasindran Mutuvel acknowledged the plan and committed to work with the MP for Talasea to deliver services to the people. After the launch, the Prime Minister did a groundbreaking ceremony to mark the construction of 20 police houses by the Talasea District Development Authority. The provincial administration will also build 20 police houses. The launch was witnessed by Minister for Oil Palm and MP for Nakanai Francis Maneke, Minister for Health Dr. Lino Tom and provincial leaders.
After the break, PNG eyes prospects in a step towards economic independence, including special economic zones. Papua New Guinea has eyed a number of ideas, prospects, and projects in a step towards economic independence, with the recent concept pursued by the government is the Special Economic Zone. The SEZ Summit held recently in Port Moresby highlighted the challenges and in the requirements in realizing SEZs. This concept can work for PNG.
The Special Economic Zone Summit held from May 7 to the 9th in Port Moresby was a first ever SEZ Summit hosted by the Ministry of International Trade and Investment. The selection of expert speakers from across the Southeast Asia region delivered key aspects of the importance of advancing with the Special Economic Zone concept in the country as driver to economic independence. Their presentations were superb, with local industry and institutional leaders also taken to the stage. The summit was key, with many learnings taken. Experts say more work is needed to be done in Papua New Guinea.
Also, we need a huge amount of the money, financing. This has to be provided. Also, the infrastructure is still poor. We have to focus in the SEZ area. Focus on 4 or 5. You can put the necessary infrastructure A to Z. Matter of just 1-2 years. Then I think the pond can be operational.
Prime Minister James Marape, Deputy Prime Minister John Russell, and Minister for International Trade and Investment Richard Maru guaranteed PNG to start up especially SEZs like PMIZ in Medang, Ihu SEZ, Rigo Rice, Karamui SEZ, and others. However, to eventuate, there must be political will from respective provincial governments. The SEZ Summit had educated delegates on what SEZs are and the fact that it is a development tool that has worked for many developing countries, creating jobs and bringing in foreign investment. Minister Maru says SEZ can work for Papua New Guinea, given the learnings taken from the recent summit.
So, Iminokubunglo summit lo megi somblo maswara. We've learned from the rest of the world. We know we have the potential. We can do it, and we have to make sure we work with our partner countries like the Philippines, learn from their success, learn from their models, and help build the capacity of our SEZ authority and the ministry to now work towards delivering those 8 that we are talking about. We have a number of big challenges. One of them is to build our capacity to offer the one-stop service to all investors.
At the summit, presentations of proposed SEZs were made that gathered much government and stakeholder interest. One impressive presentation was from local rice company operating under the brand name Rigo Rice that was strategically pitched on the last day of the summit on May 9th. Rigo Rice is ready to go into large commercial rice farming, says Managing Director Jeffrey Kennedy, after a 5-year trial at his local farm in Rigo's Central Province. Following the Rigo Rice presentation at the SEZ Summit, Minister Maru and the government responded positively to help the rice project expand.
We now have to deliver a number of SEZs. Deliver those who meet the requirements to be given licenses. And I want to advise the whole country that we have assessed a number of potential SEZs out of the 22 who were assessed and scored during the summit. And from my point of view, the top 5 or 6 which I expect to be given licenses this year, number 1 is Rigo Rice. I think we all learned, we saw their story and we were all very impressed. So Rigo Rice is clearly number 1. They are already an existing project and they've spent their money and all they need is the support from government.
One of the main reasons why Rigo Rice was initiated and started was to ensure that Papua New Guinea had food security. Papua New Guineans, one of our staple diets is rice. I'm sure everyone will note that. And we import about 99% of our rice. And one of the concerns was that if anything happened in the world that affected those imports, what would happen to our people? We would literally be suffering. And that is one of the main concerns and reasons why Rigorize was initiated. And currently, we are proud to say that we have trialed our product and it is currently at its best state, and we have put it out into the market. And now we are trying to going to the stage where we want to expand.
Additional to proven rice can be locally grown and distributed for sale domestically at low production cost to meet demand. Commercial rice production is now a critical necessity amidst global food security issues, including poverty. PNG will definitely invest in the Rigorize SEZ to support perfection of a commercial rice growing infrastructure to be rolled out elsewhere. That is really the strategic security option PNG cannot avoid, with the majority of PNG's population depending on rice as a 21st century national staple.
I don't know what else we'll do for this country in our time, in the time that God has given us to lead this nation. Because I honestly can't see it any other way. We have to make SEZs work. And we must start with a number this year. And to those who have major issues to deal with, like roads, not got power yet, at least let's get the process started and work towards achieving that in time. Because without SEZ, I don't know how your provinces and districts will develop.
Another promising SEZ, the EU Special Economic Zone, at the summit signed up 5 investors, adding to a total of 8, with 3 signed prior. That has certainly placed early confidence that it can be done in the Gulf province. 10 more project development partnership agreements have been finalized and shall be signed within the month of May 2023. Major announcements of these important partnerships shall be made to showcase the confidence of both the public and private sector in the EU SEZ project development roadmap. Those that have signed include NESFAN, PNG Ports Corporation, National Housing Corporation, PNG Data Corp, Kumul Agriculture Limited, WR Carpenters Group, China Harbour Engineering Company, and Watsila PNG Limited. The investors signing up has given the nation much confidence and courage that ideas and dreams can actually get translated into reality.
The Prime Minister has given us very good support. The relevant state ministers, including Richard Maro, is giving us a lot of support at this stage. And so we needed political support to actually take the project right through. And so we are very happy that we have managed to hold that support. Without political support, government support, political support at one stage. So that's the political leaders. Their vision and their support is very important. And also down at the local level, down at the LLG level and the ward level, we need that support as well. And the people on the ground are supporting us. The presidents are supporting us. The councillors are supporting us. The villagers are supporting the project. So that's the support we need to maintain to move the project forward.
The challenge now for PNG is finalizing the PNG SEZ policy, a regulatory framework, and the 10-year SEZ development plan, which will be presented to Cabinet in June 2023. PNG can build more SEZs and succeed with the lessons learned from other very successful countries. The work to get 6 licensed SEZs operational by the end of 2023 has already begun.
When we come back, Marape nurses challenged to lift standards in patient care. Community health workers and nurses gathered at Lay's Sir Ignatius Kilage Stadium on Friday, May the 12th, to celebrate International Nurses Day, as well as the Golden Jubilee of the PNG Nurses Association. During that time, long-serving nurses and community health workers emphasized on the drop in patient care standards, as well as the need for them to retire now.
Nurses, community health workers and stakeholders in Lay gathered at the Sir Ignatius Kilage Stadium on Friday, May 12 for a double celebration to observe International Nurses Day and celebrate the Golden Jubilee of the PNG Nurses Association. PNG Nurses Association, formally registered on the 12th of December 1972, today has over 4,000 members. The Marape chapter had morning devotion before executives spoke of the vital roles they play, the passion to serve and adhering to their code of conduct. Long-serving nurses and community health workers were also called up to the front and acknowledged for their services. Among them was 66-year-old Sister Martha Marampau, who has been serving the nation for 47 years. When introducing Sister Marampau, Mumase Rural President Sister Siling Awasa tearfully shared that she met the health worker from Manus when she was doing her practical as a young nurse.
And since then, she has been here serving Marape all her life. She has been a nurse manager, heavily involved in the Family Health Services program. So thank you, Sister Marape, for serving our people.
Sister Awasa also acknowledged community health workers Kiawa Samana and Miriam Suma. Both have served for over 4 decades as well.
Kiawa Samana is a very, very strong person, very hard-working. You miss to talk the time here. These people honestly worry the time. They come on time, on the dot. People say on time, even today. I want to start with looking at young nurses now. And I really, really appreciate these 2 nurses and acknowledge you for your services.
Community health worker Daphne Kahu from Morabe's Labuta Rural LLG was also thanked for her 44 years of service. Sister Awasa said most of these long-serving health workers are from public health and they deserve recognition and appreciation. A majority of them are in their 60s and have already submitted their names for retirement. Late District Nursing Officer Sister Manzia Bomiringnu pointed out that today's workforce would rather be in the cities than serve the majority of rural Papua New Guinea. Sister Bomiringnu has 43 years of service under her belt. She said those in public health started in the bushes.
Me young married in the first person to me go to Minyamia, 1980. Then me go work one time all, hospital, not hospital orderly, but it's all. Lapu before ya. APO. Only doctor of the place. Well experienced. No got nursing officer. No got HO. Emerson Sasana. Me acknowledge him. Work long on. Thank you. From 80, 81, 82, now 83. Me go to boost, me staff 3 years, 84, 85 minutes in boost and make a map to town. Me lapun the town, late this week. Minutes I want to go back to boost again. Experience from the boost, please me like if you go to boost. You must go to boost now, walk to boost because by you gain more experience. You'll be HE on your own, you'll be doctor on your own. From working experience, me looking become nurses standard and loose. I'm loose big plateau. I'm loose big plateau because now me looking at money I'm gonna be face play you me now. Money I'm gonna be thinking play you me. You may not go to work like saving my patients, but you're gonna work like it's money. Today we celebrating 50 years. Nami hamba sa sana player. Na celebrate this day. Mina sa me to me put in paper for me la retire na by. Tio retire me or no gat. Me blog the line up the public health. Me blog filling me up now.
Sister Concilia Amol started as a junior nurse at the Engau Memorial Provincial Hospital in the mid-1980s. She has remained there all these years and is now the director of Engau's Nursing Services Directorate and the acting nurse manager. Originally from Hanahan village in the autonomous region of Bougainville, Sister Amol, who is also looking at retiring, said nurses are multi-skilled workers who operate with no limits to their scope of work.
A lot of times we consult him. And you people know who I'm talking about. We are all Christians. there are times that I will go back. I hustle CEO every day about going and all that kind of thing. But sometimes we sit down back and I, try to meditate or something. And the good Lord always tell me that there is time for everything. And now I think if it's coming closer now, I will just call it a day and go. Self-examine yourself holistically and see your weakness and strength. Please, a lot of us, we are failing in so many times. Time management and all the things that I was, mentioning at the first place, please. And power Miguel, make him something good for Miguel. We will be going with a good heart. Maybe a year, maybe end of this year or next year, we are prepared. Thank you. And that's all for me.
And that ends another edition of Scope. Thank you for your company. Good night.